Hello Internet, and welcome to the YieldTomato channel. At E3 2015, we were given a very special announcement. Final Fantasy VII is being remade first on PlayStation 4. And that has inspired me to revisit the game and provide this review.
Holy balls, it's Final Fantasy VII! Everyone has reviewed this game to death, but I don't care. It's one of my favorites, so I'm jumping on the train too. This now 18-year-old game was the game of 1997, provided you like RPGs, and it has become what many would call the most overrated game of all time. But is it really? How can you judge a game so harshly? Why did it get branded as such? It couldn't be because it was the first in the series to be in 3D, could it? Absolutely 100% yes. Final Fantasy VII generated a lot of hype because it was the first in its franchise to be presented in 3D. The hype behind the massive leap to what is now considered primitive graphics was so great that it overshadowed what makes this game a masterpiece in its genre. Literally everything. The opening cinematic sets the tone that much of the game will follow, showing an industrial revolution of some kind is beginning to take hold in this world and becoming the norm. Fairly crude motor vehicles and brightly lit neons are shown before the camera pulls out to display a large mechanically inspired city with massive industrial stacks billowing smoke before gliding back into a train docking at station. Once the train halts, the disembarking passengers knock out the guards, and Barrett, the leader of Avalanche, and our protagonist, Cloud, are revealed. Almost immediately, you are thrown into combat, selecting your actions from the familiar menu list of attack, magic, and item, but with a distinct new coat of paint. The music track is fairly high energy, and the small bits of dialogue urge you to fight and move forward, leading the player to ask why, growing their interest in the world and events unfolding around them, making you feel involved. As you take damage in combat, you will notice a gauge labeled Limit filling next to the ATB gauge. Once it is full, you can break your limit, allowing you to perform a devastating attack on your enemies, or a huge buff to your party members. Limit breaks can be carried from turn to turn and even battle to battle, giving you the option to save your more powerful attacks for potential boss fights. Though this is not recommended, as bosses will fill the limit gauge fairly quickly, and if a party member dies, the gauge is reset. Each character has their own set of limit levels, with varied skills which are acquired through battling and using your previously gained abilities. After using the limit break, your gauge will reset. The terrorist group Avalanche is trying to take down the Shinra Corporation, which is literally siphoning the life energy of the planet, known as Mako, in order to produce electricity, and increase production of materia, items that grant the holder magic and special abilities, so they can further strengthen their private army. A little later you learn the prize soldier of said army, Sephiroth, had gone rogue a few years prior and leveled a town with fire and brimstone, and was thought to be dead, but is later revealed to be alive and attempting to destroy the planet by summoning a meteor, as he comes to understand who and what he is in relation to an ancient race.
Not only did I get to experience combat without my hand being held, but I'm introduced to an interesting story that builds fairly quickly, and in a manner that's not forceful.
Final Fantasy VII changes the way you look at magic and skills with its materia system, which allows you to tailor any party member for any role, as every materia can be equipped to any character. As previously mentioned, materia grants the user different types of skills and spells. Each weapon and piece of armor has a number of slots for you to place materia, with some single slots and others linked. Placing certain materia in linked slots can enhance your spells, weapons, and armor. For example, if you place a Restore materia and an All materia in two linked slots, your first casting of your Cure spell will affect your entire party. Similarly, if you link an Ice materia with an Elemental materia on your armor, you will have protection against that magic type. Your materia will become stronger over time, giving you access to more powerful forms of the same spell types. Thankfully, materia growth is not determined by how often you use it, just having it equipped gets you some experience. This is essential to balance the game. For example, if you're fighting a fire-based enemy, you wouldn't want to cast a fire-based spell on them, but you would want to have fire and elemental materia linked to your armor to increase resistance. This lets you customize basically any party member to fill any role, monk, thief, warrior, whatever, Sure, each character is designed to fill a specific role, but who cares? Build your team your way, it's awesome. Once you've got a solid handle on the mechanics, the game has you raid the Shinra building. Here, many story elements start unfolding, particularly Shinra's experiments on members of Soldier and their attempts to clone Sephiroth. Things progress, and you learn more details about Mako energy uses in Shinra's experiments, the connection Cloud has to Sephiroth, and not long after that, you are let loose from Midgar to explore the world of Gaia. As you travel around Gaia, it becomes all the more clear that Shinra has caused all sorts of disarray on the planet. Each party member shares the common goal of taking down the mega corporation. Cloud and Tifa's village was destroyed as a result of Shinra, leading to Cloud's mixed memories and Tifa's lack thereof. Shinra took Cid's dreams of spaceflight away from him and started a war with Yuffie's village and ultimately turned it into a resort town. In fact, these elements are all elaborated upon as you progress through the game, sometimes triggering on the world map. On my way to...
Bitch done stole my materia.
These scenes serve to give more depth to your already colorful cast of characters, and aids in forming a stronger bond with them, making them feel that much more important. Damn it! Hope you didn't use your designated healer as your healer, 'cause she's dead. This is hands down the most well-known spoiler in gaming history, but as a kid, before the widespread use of the internet, this sucked. But I'm glad it happened. Let me explain. So far, you have been told many tales of what Sephiroth and the Shinra Corporation have taken from the people of the world. And now, they have taken something from you, the player. This is like psychologically breaking the fourth wall or something. Now you have a personal vendetta against the villain of this game. This completely broke 7-year-old me. Because I used her as my healer. But not this time. Let's get a bit more serious. This game shows a very interesting steampunk-esque inspired world, going through an energy renaissance of sorts, with a deep plot mixing scientific experimentation with magic energy provided by the planet, and very quickly has you participating in what would be considered climactic events in many games, just to have them dwarfed by your future actions as the game continues. And it sports an awesome customizable skill system. This game rocks.
There is so much more that can be said and shown of this game, and I would love to further gush about it and go into even more detail. But much like Final Fantasy VI, this game is 100% worth your time, and nothing I say can do it justice. With that, I give this game my rating of buy it. So, do that.
Hey guys, how'd you like the review? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to leave game suggestions for future reviews. And be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on our latest videos.